Hi, guys, and welcome back to another reaction to, well, not a Schmoedown match for a change. This is the Ultimate Schmoedown Singles Tournament preview that we're reviewing today. Today, next week we will start the Singles Tournament in the Schmoedown, leading up to Spectacular, of course. Eight competitors are going to duke it out to get a shot at the title at John Roca at Spectacular. I'm Kees, once again joined by Chris Dolman. Good morning to you, sir.
Oh,
How are you doing today?
well, just absolutely wonderful. Yes, we're doing this on Saturday. Happy birthday to me. Woo.
Happy
Uh,
birthday, indeed.
Thanks,
Forgot
man.
about that.
Thanks, man. That's all right. Um, I see. As soon as it was announced this was gonna be an 8-man gauntlet, I'm like, I wish it was 16, but I also realized the time crunch, and you want to get a couple of non-tournament matches in before Spectacular. So, I get it. So, hey, let's see who everyone says is gonna win all these matches because I'm ready. I'm ready to finally officially do my bracket. I'm ready to finally send that in and maybe win something.
Well, I'll also be ready to do a bracket, especially after that team tournament, which was
Which
I was
you were
close.
close.
I was close. I did call that the I did call the first and second round entirely. I was just wrong about the semifinals, but I was still right about the fact that the winner came out of the left side of the bracket, not the right side. So, well, I was close. So I hopefully this time I will be right about the entire bracket. Hasn't happened before. I've been close with a singles bracket before, and that singles bracket was the last time that we had an eight-person bracket, 2016. I called that Mark Ellis would win it. I think the only thing that I didn't call in that tournament was that Roca would get to the final. I actually had Harloff winning in that first round. Well, in probably what is one of the best matches of all time, Roca won it 21 to 19 to Harloff in that first round, and that broke my bracket right then and there. Other than that, I had it correct. But let's see. Anyway, you said something about the time crunch. To be fair, last year they tried to do both the singles and team tournament of 16, and they were already rushing out team matches. Like, we had four team matches a week just to make sure that we could catch up with everything before the end of the year to make sure that both tournaments could happen. I think that they went back to just an eight-person tournament for the singles to make sure that yeah, it's already the 17th of November, so that's already like quite late compared to Spectacular because Spectacular is a little bit more than a month away. They need to get this out pretty quickly. So it makes sense why they're doing this eight-person bracket, and I actually like it. I think the singles tournament has the eight best competitors that we have in the Schmoedown playing today. So I think. You know what? We should just see what they have in store for us, see what they have to say about it.
All right.
Hopefully, some surprises. We'll press play in 3, 2, 1, play.
Yeah, I thought for sure there's gonna be like 20 minutes of storyline in this short.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the
No, that's
preview
spectacular.
special. That's right, the preview special for the Ultimate Schmoedown singles. Now, this is a shorter tournament, but man, it kind of isn't when you look at everything that happened with the gauntlet. So if you're joining us now and you just watch all the stuff with the gauntlet, here's how it all played out. Ben Bateman faced up against Janine the Machine. Ben took the victory. Josh McCouga, right after that match, played Lon Harris. Josh McCouga lost that match. Harris took the victory. In the same day, even though you guys watched it on different days, on the same day, Harris played Bateman. Bateman took the victory. So now Ben Bateman.
It was always going to be Harris who won that match.
Round number one. There is that side of the division. Clark Wolf, Ben Bateman on that side.
Yes,
on top, on the same division, you have Mark Andreyko against Drew McWeeny. On the other side of the bracket, You've got dangerous Dan Murrell, the former two-time champion, going
And
up
Draco
against
McWeeny,
sassy
Jesus
Stacey
Christ.
Howard. Right underneath them, the newcomer, Chance Ellison, the Cobra from Corruption, going up against Ethan Big Time Irwin. That happened because Chance Ellison was one of those 5 names. He didn't have to compete in Gauntlet. He wound up getting the magic number, and he goes up against Ethan Irwin. I don't know how lucky that is, but he definitely got a spot there as he now goes
Chance
up
will
against
prove
Irwin.
himself.
That's our tournament partner, and if you guys want to get your brackets in, it's Schmoedown Singles 2018
I'll do this after the video.
Schmoedown Singles
Same.
2018 at gmail.com. Get your brackets in, submit them. Who you think's going to win? And if the winner gets it all right, the first person to get it right is going to get themselves a nice little prize.
Thanks for tuning in. That's Christian. I'm Mark.
Good night.
Have a great day.
Now let's
we're actually talking about each one of the matchups individually
Absolutely.
for round number 1. I like where your head's at. Where do you want to start?
Let's start with the first match. You have
And
Mark and
Draco
the
Irwin.
Angels.
No.
He beat
McWeeny.
Ben Bateman. He won a triple threat match at the Collision. He beat Ethan Irwin, and he just lost to
That's gonna be the
William
toughest
Viviani
one
in a
to predict.
championship match.
Yeah, I
and
do
he's
not
leading
want to
to
call
lose
that
2
one.
victories in
No,
I really
the
don't.
tournament this year. He's having a great year. Now he's
And
going up
Draco
against
is having a
McWeeny,
great
also
year.
having a pretty good year. Took the championship from the Patriots, defended against the Patriots, had a nice victory, tied the team record with Breanne Chandler, had a couple stumbles, lost to Ethan Irwin, lost the team match to to the Harris brothers. But still similar. It's a scary match for both guys. So you got to assume McWeeny is the favorite going into this.
I have McWeeny down as the favorite, but it is.
I have Van
tough to
Draco
count
actually
Mark
as the
Draco. Not
favorite
only
in
has
this.
He won a lot of matches, as you
More
alluded
because
to,
of
he
recent
also has just
performance.
produced some of the
He had a
biggest
title
moments,
match.
period, in Schmoedown history. I mean, he's a mythological figure.
Got
in
farther
some
into
circles
the
because
team
of what
tournament.
He's been able to pull out of his hat at the right moment when he needs it the most. But going up against somebody like McWeeny, I think it's just going to be too much. It's not a discount of Mark Andraco's ability. It's just the fact that I think Drew McWeeny could very well walk into Anarchy and win the whole darn thing.
You got McWeeny winning
I
this one.
have Drew winning it, yes.
I can see the pick, but I'm going to go Andraco only because I think that Mark Andraco has played so many games recently, and he's just been locked in. I think the Fife Club is this tight-knit group. They do study groups together. I think that Mark has less confidence in himself than he should because he's a really good player, and that's the thing. I think he's a better Schmoedown player than McWeeny. I think McWeeny's knowledge is a little thicker, but I think that Andraco has the knowledge to see Andraco going and beating McWeeny.
Is it the movie knowledge? Is it the game, the inner workings of the Schmoedown game that could decide this match?
Absolutely. And then you've got on the same side his stablemate Clark Wolf, coming off her recent loss in singles to the champion in sudden death, Sam Levine. It wasn't a recent loss, it was a couple months back, but Sam Levine, and what a battle it was. So she is going up against the Gauntlet winner, who is on fire right now, Ben Bateman, who just beat Lon Harris, not easy to do, and beat the Machine. So 2 straight victories for Ben Bateman, who has to win 6 total victories to take the championship.
I might be biased, but
yeah,
he's going to win.
You are.
Against Clark Wolf in the first one.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Wolf in this
I still
one.
think
I
he's
just
going to
think
win.
that she's too strong of a competitor. She's been to this dance, or she's been in high-pressure situations.
She's lost twice in singles tournaments in the first round.
If Ben Bateman comes in, he's going to talk. There's going to be a lot of pomp, a lot of circumstance. He's going to give her a match for sure. Clark Wolf's walking out of this one with a W.
I don't mean to be argumentative with you, my friend, but I just think Ben Bateman's on a roll right now.
Well, okay.
I think that Clark Wolf is a legend.
Thank
She's one
you,
of the best players
Carla.
that we've ever seen in this game, and I think that, she's going to wind up seeing him in the,
I knew it
in
was
the
you,
team
Christian.
finals at the Spectacular.
You broke
the
my
team
heart.
championship at the Spectacular, but I
You
think
broke my
Clark
heart.
Wolf in this first battle between Who's the Boss and Shire Wolves just going to come short. I've seen Ben Bateman getting a chance to redeem himself against Mark Andraco.
Okay, I don't see the wealth of knowledge spread across multiple genres the same way that I do with Clark. And again, when we talk about who's going to win and who's going to lose, it's not a discount.
Bateman
of
thinks
somebody's
himself a
ability, right?
king.
It's just saying, hey, there's a
Now,
bigger
who
kid
do we
on the
know of
block,
another
and I
king
think
who recently
that
had
bully
his
right now would
quite
be
good
Clark
momentum
Wolf.
earlier
There's
this
no
year?
bigger kid on the block than
Just get
Dan
stopped.
Murrell. Dan Murrell has been the most intimidating factor.
He's like the adult on the block.
Yes,
The ice cream man.
He's been one of the most intimidating figures in Schmoedown history, and he goes up against someone he's faced in
Anyway,
this
Merle
season
should win
in
this.
Sassy Stacey Howard, someone you are familiar with in tournament play.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, you can't count her out. Is my point. You
I'm
cannot
not
count
counting her
Stacey
out.
Howard.
She's a good
She's
competitor,
great
but
player.
it's Merle.
She's had some good
And he's
moments
back.
this season. She goes up against Dan Murrell, who's coming off
I think she
his
actually
only singles
might,
matches against Andrew Guy.
believe
He's
it
coming
or
off a
not.
TKO loss. I see Dan bouncing back from this one. I see Dan taking out Stacey Howard here. Maybe it's a close battle, but I see Dan Murrell advancing
It could
into the
happen.
next round.
What am I going to count out Jack Burton? I literally can't after what happened to me. But I also think if Stacey comes in here with just it, I don't want to say that she's got a fresher mindset for how the Schmoedown works now. But Dan Murrell, I just get the feeling that he's still dusting off some of his previous abilities. I think that we will see Beast Mode Murrell again. We might see it sooner rather than later. I just think that we might be in for another shock along the lines of what we saw a few months ago when
Stacey
Andrew
Howard.
Guy upset him. This is my upset special.
Wow.
I'm calling Stacey
All right,
Howard, at least how I feel about it now. But again, as you probably are aware, I've been drinking a lot.
All right, so you're saying Stacey Howard taking out Dan. I'm saying Dan takes out
By the way,
Stacey, but
you've
then
been
this
agreeing
match
with
here,
Mark, and
Chance
I've been
Ellison,
agreeing with Christian.
Chance
Yep.
Ellison.
That's the key. Who?
The Cobra. Well, I don't think anyone's saying who anymore, unless you're saying, oh, apostrophe Cobra. You know, maybe that's it. So they're the,
Yeah, so you did that.
All right, well,
That's
anyway.
the only stable head making the rule.
Anybody knows who he is if you watch the show. He has become this who is he character, and he proved himself in their first match against Inky and the Brain. He proved himself in the second match against the Founding Fathers, and it was just a stumble block against Who's the Boss, but the kid is for real, and he had a great match in all the matches that he played, and he got the lucky number. But again, how lucky is it that he's going up against 3-1 Ethan Irwin, who was deemed Rookie of the Year before Mark Kanapa came along and looked like he was going to be unbeatable before Mark Andreyko beat him. So the only thing is that Ethan Irwin's coming off a loss here in the teams match.
It's like
Teams
I
and
trusted
singles.
Ethan more than I might have trusted any Schmoedown competitor.
But yeah, I got
the
Chance.
legends of the game, your Clarks, your Rokers.
I'm biased.
But Ethan came in, and I was just like, this guy's just going to win every match. He's going to blow everybody away. I also thought the same thing about other previous newcomers who had a big impression to start out, like a Bibiani, like an Andreyko, like a Drew McWeeny. And it seems to be when a competitor comes into the league, they start to get a little too comfortable, or they start to feel rested, or they just take somebody like Chance Ellison a little bit too much for granted. Chance Ellison, this kid, he comes in here. First of all, he takes my last name, and he adds two other letters. Like
People
my
thought
last
it
name
was you.
isn't
People thought it
good
was you.
enough. I don't
Son of
appreciate
Ellis.
that, but
Ha.
I do appreciate his movie
Ellis
trivia ability,
son.
and maybe
Yes.
this is my upset special.
You getting
because
Ellison?
I just think that there's something special with this kid. I think Ethan might be overlooking him, as producers tend to do. They have a lot to control. Ellison just has to win a match.
So you're saying Ellison?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I meant.
All right.
Skunk is a drunk.
Here's the problem. I think that Ellison is great. I was the one who went out and found him to bring him in because I saw what he had done.
You're
I
welcome,
don't think
Christian.
He has the knowledge that Ethan has.
Oh,
I think
wow.
that he's.
You're returning him. I hope you kept the receipt.
I'm not returning him. I think he's got a long future in this league. I think he's 21 years old. I think he knows a lot and more than he probably should at 21 years old.
Oh, it's disgusting.
But Ethan Irwin is a machine. He is an absolute machine. I think he's looking to get to that singles championship, and I don't see Ellison getting past him. It could be a really rough night for the kid because I think Ethan's going to...
Oh, you think he's going to rough him up pretty good,
He
huh?
might.
Well, every kid, I mean, again, we talk about, people come on the scene in a big way. The same could be said for Ellison, so he might be getting his comeuppance. I just think that, I don't know, I think there's something special about this kid at this time of year. I think that he edges out Ethan Irwin, but Ethan Irwin certainly would be a worthy win, and he is a threat to go all the way to the belt as well.
All right, so then on the other side, I have Andreyko versus Bateman in a rematch. I'm going to go with Ben Bateman here as well. I think Bateman takes himself to the finals. I think Bateman beats Andreyko, gets himself to the finals. I think that first match was a different Ben Bateman when they played, and I think Andreyko will be tired by the time they get there, and I think Bateman takes it and goes to the finals.
Okay.
You've got Wolf you have the Fight Club exploding.
I do.
You have Wolf versus Andreyko. Who you got?
Yes, I do.
No, he has McWeeny.
I think I'm going Clark Wolf again.
Wolf. Okay, you're taking Wolf all the way to the final.
I think she's going to go past Andreyko.
Right.
I think this might be a relatively easy match. I think
for Wolf.
I think that Wolf and Andreyko, great friends. They, like you said, they have their adorable study sessions together, like the Babysitters Club. But I feel like Wolf, when she smells blood in the water, it doesn't matter who it is. It could be her own young, and she's going in there. Mark Andreyko, I just don't think is coming with his A game. That's just my gut instinct.
All right, so you got Wolf going to the finals, and then on the other side of it, I've got Merle versus Irwin. Just saying that gets me excited. Merle versus Irwin in a battle, and I'm going to go with the two-time champion.
I realize
that could be a title match.
Irwin, and it'll be Merle versus Bateman. I think that Merle will have
Merle Bateman. Oh, jeez.
I think that Merle will.
I think it will be Ellison Bateman
for a chance at Roca.
Yeah, well, you said, what did you say?
Might be just me.
That's probably
just
you.
So you got chance going to the finals?
I took 2 upsets, and if you watch college basketball, which I highly encourage
you got Chance Howard. Chance versus Stacey Howard.
Family over March Madness for some unknown reason. I go Chance v. Howard, and I think Chance takes it, and I think that he's going all the way to the finals. I'm still rectifying in my head whether I want anybody who's only 21 years old to have that much success that early on in their life, but once he gets to the finals, what will he do with it?
We'll see. I mean, so your finals, you've got Chance Ellison versus Classy Clark Wolf. Who you got?
The Wolf.
You got Wolf taking it. So you're saying
it's one thing. Look, you feel great about yourself. I know firsthand. You win an early round or a mid round when you're in a tournament setting. You feel like you can take on the entire world. It is a different feeling when you get to the finals. You look at who you're going up against. He's going to get there and he's going to be feeling great at the intro. Crowd's going to love him. They're cheering for him. They probably don't even know his name yet. And then he sits down and he sees Classy Clark Wolf, one of the mythological. Again, you use that word, a legendary in the Mount Rushmore, perhaps of Schmoedown. That's a different feeling that you get, and I don't think he overcomes it.
Well, he's not going to have to worry about it because he's not going to make it. It's going to be Wolf. Excuse me, it's going to be Merle.
This is a hypothetical match.
It's hypothetical. It's going to be Merle versus Bateman in the finals.
Okay.
It is going to be action, but not the action that you think it's going to be. It's not going to be a rematch. It's going to be Ben versus Merle. And Merle will take it. Merle is going to win the entire tournament, and we're going to get Roca and Merle part 3 at the Spectacular.
That's part 3.
In the main event for the championship. Horsemen will explode.
Sure, and I appreciate your Elseworld that you're creating here, which I don't think is accurate. But if that is the matchup, I think it's the same thing that would happen if Chance goes against Clark Wolf. Dan Merle is in the ring. Ben Bateman comes up. He's great at talking a big game. He's proven he knows a lot about movie trivia. It's going to feel different. I'm telling you right now, Ben, you're not watching this because you're too busy watching Kickboxer with your shirt off with Andrew. But I'm telling you right now, you walk in there, you see Dan Merle, that's a different feeling than you've ever had in the Schmoedown before, if that indeed is the finals of this playoff.
Well, that's our choices. What's your choices? Go ahead. Once again, there's the email address. Send them in.
We have an email?
Yep, there it is. Send them in. And send those emails in. Who do you think is going to win? We will stop taking submissions once the first match drops at 1 o'clock on the day it's supposed to drop here, too. And that first match will be Mark Andreyko versus Drew McWeeny. What a first-round match that is. And it all leads up to the Schmoedown Spectacular, which is just around a month or so away. Schmoedown Spectacular.
Should be a final.
John Roca defending the championship against the winner. Join
the
Patreon today if you're
like
not.
Merle Irwin can also be a final.
A lot of exciting things coming up really soon regarding the Patreon, regarding the Schmoedown. Go ahead, join it. Send all your comments. We want to hear who you think is going to win, and we'll catch you next time.
Well, that is something.
This bracket's gonna be impossible.
Well, watching that video, I actually figured out how I want my bracket to be. Yes, there's going to be some bias in there. I don't care. Hey, that bias actually got me pretty far into that team bracket. And it actually got me pretty far into the singles bracket 2 years ago. That
bias had some backup known as Mark Riley.
I didn't have Who's the Boss going to the final, to be fair. But that was my bracket. No, but still, like, we'll see. We'll see who's right, you know? I mean, sometimes bias helps me, sometimes it doesn't. We'll see how it goes in the tournament. All I can say is I cannot wait for Tuesday to see McWeeny versus Andreyko. Like, holy crap. That's a match. That is a fucking match.
Like, it could be another McWeeny JTE level of match.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if it gets that epic, then...
5 questions into sudden death?
Jesus, there's only so much sudden death I can take between Founding Fathers and Mark Hanabic versus Rachel Cushing. I'm like, the tension's too real.
Well,
Okay.
Any final thoughts about the tournament?
Okay. So, like I said at the top of the video, I understand why it's only eighth this year, and thank God they're not doing what they did last year, where it was 4 videos per week, and then just trying to cram in the 16. But
yeah,
if there was a way to more organically do it, then yes, I'd prefer that. But hey, it's tournament time. We're still in tournament season. Spectacular is coming up. What a time to be a fan of the Schmoedown. Like, this is the shit that I love. This is the shit that I enjoy.
We love.
Absolutely. So, sorry to hog the glory for the moment there, Kees. But this is just, this is the time of year where I can't help that. Even if, I, have to let my character just go full blown and just, hate both of the shitheads on the screen who are fighting, I have to be like, you know what? It's going to be a great match. It's going to be an entertaining match. Because the Schmoedown fan inside me will just always say, oh, yeah, I could totally beat these people.
Okay.
I'm kidding. But no, like, just, it's tournament time. Let's fucking do this.
Oh, yeah. I definitely agree. I am very much looking forward to all of these matches. Now, yeah, this is where you are better than me. I know I'm not that good at actual movie trivia. I'm really good at geek, though, so I'm looking forward to the next moment that there is any kind of geek match. We'll see about that. I'm looking forward to this tournament. I want to see these matches as soon as I possibly can. But it's just a matter of time. So, really, that's, I think, all I can say. Chris, where can people find you?
You guys can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Stardust, at Skywalker Doman. You guys can follow this very channel dedicated to art on Twitter, Instagram, at D2A channel. Please like our Facebook page. And stay tuned for a little thing on Multiplex Entertainment that Kees and I are going to be in. Kees?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you tell them about that?
Yeah, about that. First of all, please like the video, comment on it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check us out on Multiplex Entertainment, where actually next week I'm in a number 1 contender match, Fandom. And Fandom is essentially an expanded form of Inner Geekdom. So yeah, as I said, I'm really good at that. That's the reason I'm in number 1 contender match, and that's the reason, well, we haven't shot it yet, so I don't know who's going to win, but I'm going to win. So yeah. And then also, our team match just dropped against the Kings of Winter. We actually plugged it in another video. It just dropped, and whoever wins that is in the final. So we are in the final, and look how we did that. Just go check out how we beat the Kings of Winter, the loudmouth Caleb Coho and his partner Jim Green. That was fun.
Yes, we beaten the team action of Fandom.
Indeed, and now we are in the final with 2 other teams who are yet to be determined. But we're there, so we're just waiting at this point, and we have a shot at going up for the belt. So, to be fair, I have 2 shots at belts pretty soon. Or at least I might have. So that's pretty cool. So check me out. Check us out on Multiplex Entertainment. Check me out at Dutch Movie Guy on Twitter. Kees Cornelis on Facebook, once again, if you know how to spell that. And this Tuesday for the first match in the singles tournament of the Schmoedown. Also, Monday for our Resistance recap. I think that's all. There's
Viva la Resistance.
Viva la Resistance, indeed. So check out those videos, and we'll see you on Tuesday. Take care.